Exactly. Exactly.
Blowing his phone up, trying to get in touch with his fiance's wife. You know what I'm saying? Man, fuck them, bro.
Yep.
All this shit is a rap, man.
Yep.
It's too much proof that we have, and it's too much proof that he has. You know what I mean? So it was just crazy how I was just telling D, at a pivotal point at a time like this, you know what I mean? We got everything we need of furthermore proof. You know what I mean? And I got, one thing about me, also outside of boxing, so I'm a teacher, so I'm very well educated. You know what I mean? So with that being said, like I got like a memory where I can go back and I'm like, damn, I remember, okay, what happened at this time? Who came in the locker room? Bro, the only people, besides the people who was there from when we first walked in, the only people who was back there at the time, that the only person who came in there while D was getting his hands wrapped was, of course, Andy Lee and Stephen A. Smith from ESPN. And what's the girl name to take photos? Trap photos. Those are the only people that came in there, bro. The only people that ever came in there when he was getting his hands put. And then on top of that, and this even came out of D mouth when I was just talking to him a couple minutes ago. Bro, only time Mauricio Sulaiman or WBC ever come to the locker room is on a Greek basis when we first get there. And I even got that in my phone from previous fights where D's not even dressed yet, hands wrapped, gloves on or anything, bro. You know what I mean? And you always see him greeting him at all the fights. It's always at the beginning when we first get there, maybe 5-10 minutes when we get there. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy that he would say something. But, he used the word ignorant. He used the word ignorant. No. That shit was ignorant what you said when I have proof. It's so crazy that I have a lot of that stuff recorded and I see some of the same things. Like, only time Mauricio Sulaiman ever comes into the locker room, it's always on a brief basis when we first get there. And there's always within the first 5-10 minutes.
Those are the words from Tate Jones. He is in the corner of Deontay Wilder. I would assume he's a part of the team of Team Wilder. And this is to confirm that Mauricio Sulaiman made a statement where he said that he was in the dressing room while these raps were getting wrapped, and he witnessed both fighters, or he witnessed a fighter. We're going to verify that in a minute, where he was there and he witnessed what went on during the raps to verify that nothing went on of foul play, right? So we first got to go back and see what Mauricio told Sky Sports in regards to the Glove Gate resurrected. Okay. He said, "It's ridiculous and it's hard to understand. I was present at both fights. I was in the dressing room in both fights, both Fury and Wilder's dressing rooms. In both cases, both of their gloves were inspected by at least 3 inspectors. Their gloves were inspected by the trainer of the other team and by the WBC officials. I was there before, during, and after the fights. I saw them with the gloves and the hand wraps. At no moment before, during, or after either was there anything that looked suspicious whatsoever, and after the fight, they take their gloves off and hand them to the commission who inspects them." Okay? It's very sad because to try to take away from such a huge victory, one of the greatest nights in sports in the century, and try to put a blemish on that event is so irresponsible and so stupid, it should not be given any consideration. Okay. Those are the words from Mauricio Sulaiman. Well, he put his foot in his mouth, okay, because Mauricio said that he was there, in both cases. He said, I was there in the dressing room in both fights, both Fury and Wilder's dressing room. In both cases, both of their gloves were inspected by at least 3 inspectors. Okay, now, back up. You have to be careful with the wording in this because he said he was there in the dressing room. He didn't say he was there in the dressing room when he wrapped them or when they were being wrapped. He said in both cases, both of their gloves were inspected by at least 3 inspectors. He never said himself. So a lot of this shit, okay, if it comes out in court, because according to Tay Jones, they say they have enough evidence to move forward or whatever, but I haven't heard Deontay Wilder say anything about it, and I think I know why. Okay? If he's saying if Wilder's speaking through these other guys and saying, these other guys, his brother, Tay Jones, these guys like that are saying that, hey, there were something suspicious, it has to go back on the inspectors, the 3 inspectors that Mauricio say were there. But let me stop there for a second, because I want to explain. He said their gloves were inspected by the trainer of the other team and by the WBC officials. He said, I was there before, during, and after the fights. I saw them with gloves and the hand wraps. I saw them with the gloves and the hand wraps. At no moment before, during, or after either was there anything that looked suspicious whatsoever. And after the fight, they take the gloves off. Okay. The problem with this is the way he's wording it. Okay. He just said, I saw them with the gloves and the wraps. He didn't say I was there. He said I was there. Now, he did say I was there before, during, and after, and there was nothing that looked suspicious whatsoever. But you can't say, and you can't extract out of what he's saying, oh, I was there and I watched it. He didn't say he was there and he watched it. Okay, so I know what was going to say, and I know what he was trying to imply versus what he actually said. I know what he was trying to say. He was trying to cover up the fact that there was no foul play. But in a way, he was caught in a lie. But if you start dissecting it, he can still say, well, no, I didn't actually say I was there reading and or watching it myself. I just said there were 3 officials and the opposing team, which JD's was there. And I'm pretty sure Tay Jones will validate, because we saw the video, okay, that well, I don't even know if he was there. I know JD's was in Tyson Fury's dressing room. So let me back up, okay? Because if he's Wilder's guy, I doubt he was over there to inspect the wraps himself. Maybe he should have been over there. You know what I mean? Because it falls back on the observation of him getting his shit wrapped, his gloves, and everything, right? To make sure there was no, like Floyd Mayweather Jr. says, no bullshit or no slick shit that they're trying to put on us. And we don't want to pull no slick shit on them, okay? Now, I noticed how they referenced and how people, Bruce Vane, shout out to Bruce Vane, he referenced Floyd Mayweather in his incident, or a situation rather, with Marcos Maidana in the first fight. Okay, now Marcos Maidana and his team, they wanted to wear some gloves that were already inspected by the officials. Okay, and Floyd, being the A side, Leonard Ellerby was there, and they inspect the gloves themselves. They looked deeper, and they looked in the glove. And the glove looked like it didn't have any padding in the glove. Okay, and they were like, okay, we ain't wearing this shit, and you ain't wearing this shit. But most importantly, you ain't wearing this shit, because this glove looks like it was already used. This glove looked like it was already worn in. Okay? Gloves get worn over time like everything else, people. Okay? So Floyd was like, look, y'all are not wearing this and we're not, because Roberto Garcia, the first thing, well, what are you trying to say? We cheated? What are you trying to say? You say, no, I ain't trying to say you cheated. It just ain't no slick shit gonna happen. And then we're not gonna do any slick shit. I'm not saying you did anything. Because again, you have to look at the Pacquiao situation. That's what Floyd is very careful on how he words things. Okay? And I think that's what Wilder, now back to Wilder, that's why I think he's bringing people up that are close to him and leaking the news versus him whistleblowing like, hey, I think the motherfucker cheated. Okay? You know, because he knows this would be a situation where this could go to court. Okay? And this could get real ugly. And if that happens, why the fuck should there be a fight? You know what I mean? Counterpunch. So I think what's happening in this situation with Mauricio was trying to imply that he was there in the hand wraps, but he never really said it. Okay? The way he worded it was kind of shitty, but he was trying to convince whoever, Sky Sports, that he was there and he was a witness to it. Well, Tay Jones confirmed that shit wasn't true. I never seen him in the dressing room as he spoke. So he got his ass counterpunched. Mauricio did. See, here's the thing. Counterpunching Mauricio. You can't say where you weren't at, because that makes it look foul. Because then people get more suspicious, especially people that don't know the facts. If people don't know the facts, people are going to get more suspicious because their videos coming out daily. Glovegate 2.0, Glovegate resurrected. You know what I mean? All this shit is, look, there are videos from 4 or 5 different stations, probably more than that are leaking videos about Tyson Fury allegedly cheating Deontay Wilder in their February 22 bout. Okay? So he's trying to cover it up. But then there's enough people that already think like, damn, because of all these videos we seen, and here's another one, right? Counterpunch Boxing News. Here's another one. Like, hey, about Mauricio. Mauricio shouldn't have implied or shouldn't have had tried to cover it up. Especially, well, it's stupid and it's the greatest win in boxing history. I'm like, well, I don't think, why the hell would it be the greatest victory? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would make it so great? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get that. Maybe that's something that he has, like one of his personal preferences. You know what I'm saying? Got to look deeper into that. But with this article, him saying that, I was there in this, he's already lying, because he said that he was there before and after and during. Okay? So you can imply that you said you looked at the wraps being wrapped. But on this here, well, there were 3 officials, which it was one of them, I tell the truth even when I lie type of shits, because there were officials, okay? They were expected by the trainer of the opposing team, which was JD's, and other officials there to sign off on it, okay? Now, other than that, that's where we're at. But Mauricio trying to cover it up, he had to get counterpunched, and I don't know. I mean, I guess him being the WBC champion, he's trying to make the sport as clean as possible or whatever. But for him throwing, this is the best boxing win in boxing history, or I don't understand why you would say that. That sounds like some BS to me, because I mean, you could look at the first fight. I mean, I know it wasn't a win, it was a draw. But I never seen him say, Deontay Wilder hit him so hard that he knocked him out, and therefore he's one of the hardest punchers. I never heard Mauricio say that. So why is Fury, like, this win is just so great? He came to a guy that had limited offense, right? He knew how to knock you out with one punch. He's, and he done that many times, okay? When a guy comes at him with different attacks, that's why he needs to show us in the third fight, if there will be a third fight. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Tay Jones, his response to Mauricio Sulaiman. Of course, please subscribe, leave your comments below, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.